Formula One's Qatar Grand Prix just wrapped up, and for a race that was supposed to be boring, completely flipped the championship on its end. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video to get more content as I go through the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix coming up this weekend. Max Verstappen won the Qatar Grand Prix, putting him in the perfect position to win the championship for 2025. Don't ask me how though. Actually, I do. It's because of Mclaren. Mclaren kind of fumbled their chances and almost gave Max Verstappen the win. The decision making at McLaren has been questionable at best. The Qatar Grand Prix was weird, a little bit chaotic. It might have ruined true racing. The race itself was pretty uneventful, but the FIA enforcing 2 mandatory stops and the 25 lap limit, I don't know if I like that too much. For me, it almost ruined racing. They completely removed the art of tire management in the Qatar Grand Prix. The guys that were genuinely fast couldn't use their pace like they would in normal races. And that's where Oscar Piastri comes in. Oscar Piastri was the fastest man on track all weekend as far as qualifying, sprints, and even this race. He should have came in first. But McLaren not boxing Oscar Piastri during the safety car during lap 7? Yeah, I feel like that gave Max Verstappen the win on a silver platter. But don't get me wrong, Max Verstappen drove a flawless race. I just don't think he was the fastest man on track. Should have McLaren boxed Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri during the safety car? The answer is 100% yes in hindsight. To be fair, I have to give McLaren credit because this track at Qatar is incredibly difficult. I would have assumed there was going to be another safety car as well. I mean, lap 10 was destroying a lot of F1 drivers, and just with the gravel pits on the side, those pits were like Mario Kart, just completely ruining other people's races. I feel like we need more gravel pits maybe. So while McLaren thought there was going to be another safety car, it never came. And now Lando Norris is only 12 points ahead of Max Verstappen, and now Oscar Piastri is behind Max Verstappen when he should be in front of him. He should have won that race. Along with that, at the end of the race, Lando Norris boxed way too late. To be able to catch up and pass Kimi Antonelli and Carlos Sainz was a difficult task with only like 12 laps to go. And we all know that Kimi Antonelli is so good at defending his places. But as we all saw, Kimi Antonelli, towards the end of the last lap or so, he seemed to lose control, letting Lando Norris go through and ending up in P4. Now, I can't prove it. There's nothing I can prove, but I kind of feel like deep down he let Lando Norris through to help him in the championship race. But like I said, it's all speculation. But without a doubt, my luckiest driver of the day is Carlos Sainz. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Carlos Sainz. He drove a beautiful race. He was in a Williams car and he took it to the podium. But you can't convince me that Carlos Sainz was the 3rd fastest driver at the Qatar Grand Prix. And with that, the podium celebration was a little bit awkward. I mean, we had Carlos Sainz celebrating up there. He was having a good time. Max seemed besides himself. He was like, wow, can't believe I came up in first. That's cool. And then you had Oscar Piastri in P2 that kind of lifted the celebration, kind of cheers to him and went on his way because he felt like he should have been first. It's part of racing, but Carlos was the luckiest man on the track today. But let me know if you agree with me that the unluckiest driver of the day for me is Oliver Bearman. I mean, that guy has been pretty on fire with the Haas team. He's been taking that car to places that I don't think it should be, and he's been putting up numbers almost against Charles Leclerc. I mean, he was doing a good race until the pit stop. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It seemed like the green light went on and he started driving off and the car just dropped and the mechanics weren't even ready. And well, he just kind of seemed to watch everybody drive by, and he went from like the top 10 all the way down to the bottom, and eventually having to retire his car because it wasn't even worth it anymore. He was distraught, and rightfully so. Felt bad for Oliver Bearman. I'm rooting for him, but he would be my unluckiest driver of the day. Since we're talking about the junior team, we have to talk about the senior team. And while Ferrari was kind of not really in this Qatar Grand Prix race, Charles Leclerc was struggling and Lewis was towards the back of the grid. I don't know what's happening at Ferrari, but Charles Leclerc couldn't do very much besides, well, play FIA with George Russell and the drivers above calling in and saying, hey, he drove off turn 10. But see you later, George. Keep on driving. I'm just going to chill back here with the rest of the guys. And almost keep company with Lewis. It's needless to say, it has been a tough year for Ferrari, closing out a chapter for Lewis Hamilton and Scooter Ferrari that I think most people want to forget about. I personally am not worried about Lewis. I know Lewis is the greatest of all time, and we have so much more to see out of him. And speaking about the end of the year, it might be the last race for Yuki Tsunoda at Abu Dhabi. So I'm looking at Abu Dhabi because it is going to be good. We've got 3 drivers all fighting for the championship, and it might be Yuki Tsunoda's last race. So we've got a lot to look forward to. With all that said, Max Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix. He is one step closer to being another world champion. I do know deep down 50%, I know he could do it. I'm interested to see what happens in Abu Dhabi. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can catch when I post about the Abu Dhabi pre-race evaluations. We have a legit 3-car title championship fight on our hands in Abu Dhabi in 1 week with Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen all fighting.